Welcome to the bonus video. Today we're going to try to combine it all together and see how it works in a real class, and that you can use as an example or as a class for your home practice. We'll do pretty much the way I explained it. So we start with the warm-up, then we'll do a couple of standing poses. I will add a few more poses to the class, which you can also use for your own practice or to teach your students, and just see how it goes for you, how it flows for you, and on the way I will explain a little bit more details. So just listen carefully and just follow me. Hope you enjoyed it. And Max is a little bit, yeah, you see he's nervous today. I'm not touching you, but you're not touching me. Good. Start to the front of We're starting at the front of the mat. So as I said, first we need to warm up the body, and you can do some preparatory poses. You can do cat and cow, you can do twist from cat and cow, you can do side opening, whatever you feel like you need to. But today, for the sake of just sticking to the protocol, sticking to the scheme we've created, we will start standing up. For the moment, I want you to feel that you're grounded through four corners of the feet. You feel that you're really grounding down, and that will help you to raise up. I want you to feel your pelvis and place it directly above your feet or heels, and then your shoulders above your pelvis. Ribs, you can place your hands onto the lower ribs and gently bring them in. Lengthen to the crown of your head and press with the back of your head back. So you're aligning your cervical spine, your neck with the rest of the spine. Release your arms down, release your shoulders down, close your eyes. Do just a few breaths, nice, gentle and slow, to connect to your body, to connect to your breath. And you can, anytime you feel that you need to do the stop during the class, please go ahead, just for a couple of moments. Stay in Tadasana. This pose is called Tadasana or mountain pose. With your eyes closed, and observe your body, the shifts in your physical body, in your emotional body, in your mind, and connect. Remember, yoga is about connecting body, mind, and soul together. So we are one. Good. Then gently open your eyes. Inhale, raise your arms overhead, look up, and exhale, release your arms down. Simple exercise to warm up your shoulders. Couple more times. Inhale, lengthen. Try not to lift your shoulders. Creep your shoulders down. Exhale, release arms down. One more time. Inhale, arms up. So you're inhaling, lifting your arms. Exhale, and releasing your arms down. Good. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees. Try to go down with the bent knees, with the neutral spine. Release your hands, and then if you need those blocks, go ahead and use the blocks and place them as high as you need to. Keep your knees as bent as you need to. Shift your pelvis forward. Start sending your sit bones back and lengthen to the crown of your head. Release your shoulders down. Very important that you're maintaining the neutral spine there. Exhale, belly over the thighs. Release your sit bones up towards the sky and crown of your head down towards the floor. Keep your knees bent if you need to, but work towards straightening. Inhale, come halfway up, remove the blocks. Exhale, place your hands. Step your right foot back, step your left foot back, come to your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, knees to the floor, and then slowly chest and chin to the floor. This is one version. Untuck your toes. For the second round, I will show you another option. Inhale, glide forward, and then up. Keep your arms really active, elbows pointing down towards your feet. And see if you can open up a little bit. Look in front of you, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Lift your pelvis and send it up and back. Downward facing dog. And for the first dog, I want you to keep your knees bent and really work towards sending your hips up and back, feeling the stretch to the sides of the body, extension through the whole spine. Good.
You can paddle your feet a little bit. Normally we stay 5 breaths in sun salutation A, which we're doing at the moment. But you can always stay longer if you need to. Good, then keep your knees slightly bent. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, bend your knees more. And again, you can walk. And probably for the first time, walking would be nice. To the front of the mat. Again, feet parallel. Inhale, lengthen. If you don't have blocks, you can easily release your hands onto your knees, onto your shins. Again, pelvis forward, but lengthen to the crown of your head and lengthen through the sit bones. Exhale, belly onto the thighs. Release your torso down. Hands can be on the floor. On the next inhale, bend your knees and slowly with the strong legs come all the way up to standing arms overhead. Exhale, hands in front of your chest. That was one round of Surya Namaskar A. We're going to do one more of A and then probably one sun salutation B. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees and release your torso down. Inhale, come halfway up. Lengthen to the crown. Exhale, bend your knees, place your hands. And normally we alternate legs. So this time step your left foot back, step your right foot back, come to your plank. One more inhalation and plank pose. Exhale, the more advanced version, where you're bringing your shoulders over your wrists and you're slowly bending your elbows, bringing your shoulders parallel to the, in line with the shoulders, and then slowly release your torso down, untuck your toes. Inhale, glide forward and then up. Shoulders back. Look in front of you. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your pelvis. And send it up and back. Downward facing dog. And again, you can just stay quiet in your dog. You can start paddling your feet. Whatever works for you now. 5 breaths. Good. On the next inhale, look to the front. As you exhale, you bend your knees. And this time you can step forward. If it doesn't work for you, you can keep walking. Step and step. Inhale, come halfway up. You can bend your knees if you need to. You can have your knees straight or almost straight. Exhale, belly onto the thighs. Release down with your torso. Very important that you will be bringing your sit bones up towards the sky. Relax your head. On the next inhale, come all the way up to standing. Strong legs, strong feet. Exhale, hands in front of your chest. Good. So that was 2 rounds on Sun A, or Sun Salutation A, or Surya Namaskar A. Now we're coming to Sun Salutation B, and that will be variation, not classical. And I personally really enjoy that one more because it gives me more space and it's not as strict. So here we go. Feet parallel. Very important that maybe narrow your toes a little bit so your heels slightly apart. Then bend your knees, send your hips back as much as you can. Keep your knees parallel and don't bring them forward. Send them back so you can see your toes. Sit. Inhale, arms up. Utkatasana. Exhale, release your torso down. Uttanasana. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees, place your hands, and again, alternating legs. Step your right foot back, step your left foot back. And that is your plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, it can be Chaturanga Dandasana. So you're coming halfway, then you untuck your toes, you glide forward, releasing your shoulders down. Cobra, Bhujangasana. You can do up dog here. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Lift your hips, send them up and back. On the next inhale, from your right inner thigh, lift your right leg up. Exhale, knee towards the chest. And step your right foot forward. Bend your right knee, press with your right heel down. Inhale, come up. High lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step your right foot back. And come to your plank. One inhalation and plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Untuck your toes, glide into your Cobra Up Dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips. Send them up and back, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, from your left inner thigh, lift your left leg up. Exhale, knee towards the chest. And then step it forward by your left thumb. Press with the heel down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step your left foot back. Plank pose, one more time. Exhale, chaturanga. On the next inhale, you glide forward, bringing your shoulders up and down away from the ears. Cobra pose. Exhale, tuck your toes under. And now send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. We're staying here for 5 breaths. And again, you can paddle your feet. You can bend your knees and send your hips up and back. You can find this neutral position of your torso. And from there, you can start straightening your knees. And we're again staying here, as I said, 5 breaths. Good. On the next inhale, you look to the front of your mat. Exhale, you bend your knees. And again, it's up to you. You can walk, you can step, you can even try to jump. Coming to the front of your mat, feet parallel. Inhale, halfway up, hands can stay on the floor, hands can be on the blocks, on the shins, on the knees. Come halfway up, exhale. Release your torso down, Uttanasana. Then you're bending your knees, sending your hips up, back, away, lifting your torso, arms overhead, Utkatasana. We're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then inhale, you come out of the pose. And again, Tadasana. Hips above your feet, above your heels, shoulders above your pelvis. Release your shoulders down, away from the ears. Catch up with your breath. Feel your heart pumping. Feel your blood rushing through your veins. Feel the energy circulating more actively in the body. And then slowly on the next inhale, open your arms. Good. Now we're coming to the second part, and that will be a series of standing poses. Excuse me. And again, for beginners, I would say it would make sense to start from standing. So right from standing, you step one leg back, and here you go, you're ready in, let's say, high lunge, right? Or warrior one, because warrior one, I will show you in a moment, is pretty much, high lunge is a lighter version of warrior one. And warrior one is a very tricky pose for beginners, so be really careful with this. I mean, if you want to use it in your own practice, go ahead. But for beginners, you can always be very careful with introducing challenging pose. You need to give them enough time to get ready for that. If you're teaching more advanced students, that would make sense to go through vinyasa first. So maybe I'll show it to you first. So with the first series of standing poses, we're going to do neutral poses, meaning the hips, the right and the left side of the pelvis will be facing the same way. And then for the second part, when we will be opening our hips, then we'll start from standing. Good. So here we go. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bend your knees, and with the straight torso, neutral torso, release you down, releasing your head down. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen to the crown. Exhale, bend your knees more, place your hands, step your right foot back, step your left foot back. And here you have 2 options. You can stay in plank and do full vinyasa before coming to dog, or you can go right away to downward facing dog. We'll do with vinyasa. So plank pose, exhale. Again, for beginners, maybe knees, chest and chin will be the right variation. Then you can do chaturanga or any variation. Inhale, glide into the cobra, bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Lift your hips and send them up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. And right from the dog, we'll be starting with the standing poses. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee in towards the chest. Bring it in towards the chest, round your spine, activate the core, and then step it forward. Sometimes you landing here, so you need to grab and bring it forward. Then toe heel it a little bit towards your right. Find the right distance for your feet, for your hips to be squared. Press with your right heel down. Keep your left heel up towards the sky. Bend
Your left knee, inhale, come up. So here is the preparation for the high lunge. So you need to be able to roll your outer hip down and back and sit a little bit more. From there, shoulders above the pelvis, close your lower ribs. If you feel that you have enough space, you can start straightening the knee. But if you start straightening in the knee and you're ending up here, this is not what we want. Then keep the knee slightly bent. Release your arms down. Open your palms to the sides. And then with control of your upper body, on the next inhale, lift your arms overhead. And then maybe from there, you can do that. If you want to do warrior one instead, then I would say open your heel a little bit to the side and then foot to the side and release the heel down. Very important that for warrior one, we have squared, meaning neutral, facing forward hips. That can be achieved by rolling your outer right hip down and inner left thigh back. Arms up. So that will be or high lunge or warrior one. From there, I want you to open your arms to the side. Lean towards your front leg. Shift the weight towards the front right foot and pick up your left leg. Bring the toes pointing down. Open. Shoulders down, warrior three. Virabhadrasana 3. Very important that you're rolling the back leg inwards, so your toes pointing down. From there, let's try. Bring the left leg forward, bend your front right knee, and then from there, let's come to Garudasana right away. So we're combining standing poses with balancing poses, right? So you're crossing your ankles as well. You can be here. Oops. And if you fall, like I'm doing, then just come back. Good. Left foot, left knee on top. It needs to be right elbow on top. Cross your wrists. Then release your shoulders down, lift your elbows and move the palms away. You can sit a little bit more. And then slowly come out. Shake your legs. That was really quite intense sequence. So you can link the poses or you can do one after another one. It's up to you. So let's do the opposite side from standing. And let's do with the high lunge. It's a little bit easier. Good. So you step your right foot back. Right there. Big step back. Laterally, you have to have this hip distance apart. Then press with your left heel down. Start bending your left knee more, and scoop the outer left hip down or down and back. So realigning your hips, close your lower ribs. You can bend your right knee a little bit. That will be a little bit easier. Shoulders above the pelvis. Arms down, open your arms. Inhale, arms overhead, shoulders down away from the ears. Good. From there, if you have space, you have enough of a stretch, you can start straightening your right knee. And imagine that you want to bring your right heel down towards the floor. Then from there, lean forward, then shift the weight towards your left foot. Pick up your right away, flex the foot, toes pointing down. So imagine the inner right thigh, you want to roll up towards the sky. Front leg can be bent, can be straight. Open the wings of your warrior, and that is warrior 3. And then from there, start coming towards standing. Right away, bend your standing knee. Right knee goes on top of the left. Cross your ankles. Sit a little bit more, find your balance. And then arms to the front, left elbow on top of the right. Cross your wrists, palms together. You can be here as well. Release your shoulders down. With the shoulders released down, lift your elbows.
Feel the space in between the shoulder blades and move your palms away. See if you can sit a little bit more. And then open your arms, come out of the pose. Shake your legs. So that was a first sequence with the standing poses. So now normally that comes first, and then second side we do with the open hips. So we'll do it now. And maybe again, let's do the same thing. We'll start with the vinyasa. So from down dog we'll come to warrior. And second side we'll do from standing. Good. Look at your feet. Always check the position of your feet. They need to be parallel, heels slightly apart. So you're lining the second toe knuckle with the center of the ankle. Shoulders above the pelvis, pelvis above your heels. Inhale, arms up. Release your shoulders down. Exhale, bend your knees, neutral spine. Going down. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees, place your hands. Step your left foot back, step your right foot back, coming towards your plank. One more inhalation and plank. Exhale, let's do full chaturanga to the floor. Slowly, untuck your toes. Inhale, glide forward and then up. Raise your shoulders down. Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Lift your pelvis, float your knees and send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And for me to face the camera, let's start with the left foot. So, on the next inhale, lift your left leg from your left inner thigh. Exhale, again, knee towards the chest, shoulders closer towards your wrist, around your spine. Feel that you're like a spring, ready to step forward. Step forward. And then release your right heel down. First, before we here, you can keep your hands to the sides of the foot and trace a line from your left heel to your right heel. I want that line comes to the right heel. You know, sometimes we do heel to the inner arch, but again, from my personal experience, heel to heel gives you more space. Then try to bend your left knee more, so your knee above your ankle. Press with the heel down and connect the outer blade to the floor. Inhale, windmill your arms. You can adjust your stand and come to your warrior two. Shoulders directly above the pelvis. And again, the same action. So you see now we have an open pelvis. Outer left hip, scoop it under. Scoop it under. Arms parallel. And then look over your left shoulder. Then release your right hand onto your thigh. Bring your left arm up, palm facing towards your face. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can open. This is the variation of the warrior two, called reversed warrior. We're opening the side of the body here. And then we're coming back to warrior two. Then straighten your knee and send your hips back and away from you, your left hip, and the crown of your head towards the opposite side. Keep that opening to the side. Imagine there is a wall behind you and you're gliding along the wall. Then your hand can be on the shin. You can hang with your hand. Try, it's really challenging. And then right arm up. Maybe you won't be able to go that deep, but that will help you to have this activation to the sides of the body. And look over towards your right thumb. Make sure that this arm is directly above your shoulder. One more inhale, and then you come out. And one more pose. Bend your knee again. Place your forearm onto the knee. Again, this is the open pelvis, so you're not closing. You're keeping your right shoulder above your left. Then bring your right arm to the front. Bring your shoulder down, and then trace the horizon. Bring your arm overhead. If you have enough space, you can release the hand, left hand down. Don't forget to breathe. And then look down, release your right hand down. Frame your left foot. and step back towards your downward facing dog. And again, you can just rest in your dog. You can do vinyasa. And from that we normally go to the opposite side. So let me turn around so you can face the camera. You stay where you are. And from there, from the down dog, we'll do the opposite side. On the next inhale, from your right inner thigh, lift your right leg up. Exhale, knee towards the chest, round your spine. Engage your core and then step forward. Maybe you need to help yourself with your hand. Release your left heel down. Right away, connect the outer blade of your right foot towards the mat. Then trace a line from your right heel towards the left and realign heel to heel. Bend your right knee more and right away scoop your outer right hip down and under. Inhale, windmill your arms and find your warrior two. Very important that you're not leaning forward. Imagine that somebody gently pulling you back. Knee directly above the ankle. This is very important for the protection of the knee. And look over the right shoulder, shoulders down. Then release your left hand onto the thigh. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale. Come to this reversed warrior between the side of the body. Try to keep the same angle between the right shin and right thigh. Inhale, come back. Straighten the knee. And again, left hip goes away. The crown goes to the opposite side. You're gliding along the wall and then hand can be here. If it's too much, you can easily grab. Some people start with the block. Very nice option. If you want to release the hand down, go ahead. Feel that you're opening in the right side, left side of the pelvis above the right. Bring your left arm up, look up. So again, you're not crunching your neck, you're just looking up. That somebody is touching your nose and turning it up. Good. And normally we stay 5 breaths in each pose. On the next inhale, come back, bend that knee. Good. And then right elbow, on top of the right knee. Then you open to the side, left arm to the front, wiggle the shoulder, integrate the shoulder and then trace the horizon, bring the arm overhead. You can easily stay there. Beautiful pose. If you want to go deeper, you just release your hand down. You can always try the variation with the blocks as well. Good. And then left hand down, frame your foot and step your right foot back. And normally, let me turn around, you stay where you are. Normally I would say let's do one vinyasa to neutralize things, and then we're coming to the third part of the practice, the sitting poses. Inhale, ripple up towards your plank. Inhale here, exhale, chaturanga to the floor. Untuck your toes, inhale, cobra. Release your shoulders down. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Lift your hips and send them up and back, downward facing dog. Good. On the next inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, knee towards the chest, and again, bring it in towards the nose, shoulders close to your wrist, and then your knee, release it onto the floor. Next, to your right wrist and open slightly to the side. Very important that you point the foot. Back up your left knee, and if you feel like you're opening too much, release the right side of the hip down. Good. Sometimes we place even a block, or those are quite, thick, but something like a blanket underneath the hip would be really nice. Then arms onto the floor, forearms onto the floor. Keep your left knee off the floor. Keep your left toes tucked under. From there again, I want you to find those low ribs and close them towards the center of your belly button, or towards the center of the belly, towards the belly button. That will engage those deep core muscles. Sometimes I say pubic towards your heart, does the same trick. And maybe you find here, you have enough sensations here. You just stay there. Maybe you want to go a little bit deeper. So you feel that you're releasing your belly onto the thighs. Good. Then from there, you place your hands onto the floor, lean onto the right side of the pelvis and swing your left leg forward. And then from there, let me face the camera. So we're coming to the next, move the flesh from underneath, bring your right heel in towards the groins, and I'm opening to the side. Remove the flesh, find your neutral seat. From there, you're inhaling and lengthening. Exhale, you're twisting towards the extended leg, towards your left leg. Right hand to the side. And then maybe you can grab the outside of the shin. Very important that you're not coming here down with rounded spine. The same principle, belly over the thigh. And maybe you're here, maybe even here. Some people really start with bringing their hands to the back and pressing the fingers down and really working towards pushing from the back of the heart. So they're kind of finding this length or extension, gentle extension in the spine. If you're pretty open, you can grab the outside of the foot, of the left foot with the right hand. Left hand to the side, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you just slowly release down. Don't crunch your neck is long, neck is the extension of the spine. Inhale, lengthen, exhale. Release down. Good, and then slowly inhale, come out of the pose. And we need to come back to the downward facing dog to be able to do the opposite side. So just from there, place your hands and step back to the downward facing dog. On the next inhale, from your left inner thigh, lift your left leg up. Exhale, knee in towards the chest. Again, shoulders over your wrists. Bring your knee in towards the chest. And then release the knee next to the left wrist and open it more towards the side. Very important that you point your foot. That will really protect your knee. Good. Back up your right foot. Keep the knee in the air. And your knee, right knee, pointing down towards the floor. Forearms onto the floor. From there, really feel that you're lengthening the left side of the pelvis towards your left and right side of the pelvis towards your right. So you're broadening your pelvis. Close your low ribs, engage your deep core, and maybe you stay there, or you can release your belly down towards the floor. So you're going down with the neutral spine. Good. And normally reclining poses we're holding a bit longer, up to 10, 15, sometimes 20 breaths, depending on the pose. So just keep that in mind. And then again, lean onto the left side of the pelvis and just come to the front. So I'll do that. You would have to swing the leg to the front. I did that for the sake of facing the camera. So yeah, did you get it? So from there, you would swing and you would open. And I'm just there, facing the camera. Remove the flesh from underneath. Heel into the groin. Keep similar, equal connection of the sit bones with the floor. Flex your right foot. Knee pointing up towards the sky. Very important that you engage in your quadricep there. You're pulling your kneecap up towards the hip joint. And again, maybe you hear hands to the back. And you just hear inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, pressing from the back of your heart. Or you can be here. So you need to twist a little bit towards the extended leg. Or this hand onto the shin. And then normally I would say bring your right hand to the front as well. Or you're grabbing the outside of the foot. Very important that you're releasing the shoulders down. You're finding this neutral spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, belly coming in towards the thigh. And you just stay there. If you're really open, you can grab the, cross your hands and work from there. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, belly goes down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, belly goes down. You can even close your eyes. And one more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release down. Nice. On the next inhale, come out of the pose. Good, we're almost there. And the last pose for today, before we come into Shavasana, will be Paschimottanasana, the sitting fold, forward fold, the extensive stretch of the back side or west side of the body. And I want to show you one more variation which I particularly enjoy, and especially recently. It just gives me the ability to work with my neutral spine. Good, so bend your knees as much as you can. Grab onto your big toes. Bring your knees to the inside. And sometimes I place my heels onto the blanket and blanket on the floor so you can easily slide. But you can do the version the way you like. Good, then belly over the thighs. And again, try to check and be really attentive that you're not here, not rounding. You're really lengthening through the crown, shoulders down, so your spine is neutral. Belly over the thighs, as I said. And then from there, you just walk, ideally slide. You can walk one heel at a time. You're not losing that connection of the belly. You're not rounding. You're keeping your spine neutral. And you just see if you can extend your legs down. Neck is long. And you just stay there. And as I said, we hold this pose a bit longer. And just feel how much your legs have to work in order to maintain the neutral spine. Good, keep breathing. 2 more breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come out. Oh, well done. So from there, let me show you one. Again, that pose maybe is not a very good option for beginners, but you can slowly introduce them too. Why not, right? We need to advance our practice. So from this position, again, slouch a little bit, round, feel. And from there, pull with your hands. Move your shoulders away and find this neutral spine, ribs in, and you just feel that you're activating your core and the muscles alongside the spine, and that sustains and maintains you really naturally and firmly. From there, come off your sitting bones a little bit without rounding. You're still there. Lift your left foot and bring the shin parallel, and then lift your right foot. And then arms here. Very important that you're not rounding your belly. Oops. You're pulling your belly in and up. Belly button in and up. So you're flattening your belly here. If you want to try, you can straighten your legs. Or just stay there. Normally I would say come halfway down and then release down. Oof. And before Shavasana, let's do a simple twist. Bend your right knee, left arm onto the right, left hand onto the right knee. Bring your right knee over towards your left and look over your right shoulder. Simple twist, just to recalibrate the body, realign the body. Relax your shoulders, keep your right shoulder on the floor. Inhale, come back.
And again, switch legs, release your left, I'm sorry, release your right, bend your left knee, bring it in towards the chest, right hand on top, then left knee goes over towards your right, opening your left arm away from the shoulder, and you look over your left shoulder. Just see where you are and how you feel about this twist. Keep your left shoulder on the floor. Inhale, come back up. If you need to bring your knees in towards the chest, go ahead, interlace your hands, wiggle from side to side. And when you're ready, extend your legs. Place your feet as wide as your mat and drop your toes to the sides. Wiggle your shoulders and make sure that your shoulders are away from the ears and your shoulder blades are laying flat on top of the mat, palms facing upwards, so you're nice and open across your chest. Your belly is relaxed. And simply let go. Allow yourself to melt, to relax. Allow yourself to let go. And always remember that you can stay in Shavasana for as long as you feel comfortable, for as long as you have time for that. It's extremely important, and no wonder that they call Shavasana is the most important asana of the whole practice. So you can really relax your body and connect on the deeper layers with your mind and your soul. So never skip. Always enjoy your Shavasana. And even if it's a few moments like we're doing right now. So I want you to slowly start wiggling your toes, your fingers, your ankles, your wrists. Bring your arms overhead and give yourself a nice stretch. And when you're ready, roll onto the right side of the body. Bend your knees a little bit and just pause there. And when you're ready, slowly help yourself come up with the left hand. And you can sit on the block, you can sit cross-legged, you can sit on the heels, the way you like. And again, before we finish, I want you to place your shoulders above your pelvis. Feel the lengthening sensation in your spine, so you're still lengthening through the crown, pressing the back of your head back, so you're realigning your cervical spine with the rest of the body. Just be there. And then bring your hands together in front of your chest. Bow towards your hands. With your thumbs touch your third eye. Bow a bit deeper. And then on the next inhale, come up. And we normally say Namaste at the end of the class, meaning from the light in me, I bow to the light in you. Namaste, guys. So here is the idea of the class, and just use it to start making your first money. See how it goes, start teaching your friends and colleagues, and just enjoy. This is the most important thing, that you enjoy your practice and you enjoy teaching. I wish you all the very best luck, and I'm sending you my love and support, and you know that you can always contact me if you have any questions or doubts or reviews or requests or suggestions. I will be more than happy to address that. And yeah, good luck. Namaste.